Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. But today's video is not just for the lovers. No. Today, I'm going to show you how to put together a full course meal with a salad, a main dish, and a dessert. 3 recipes, 1 video. We've got a lot to do, so let's get started. All right, so there's actually a couple of things that you want to do hours before the dinner, and these caramelized onions are one of those things. Peel, slice, and dice your onion and put them in a pan with some olive oil. In terms of heat, you're kind of working between medium and medium-high. You don't want to burn them, especially for the first little while because you're just sauteing them. All right, so after about 5 or 6 minutes of sauteing, you're gonna add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. Make sure all the onions are covered in the water and then cover the pot for about 10 to 15 minutes. After 10 to 15 minutes, you're gonna repeat that process again. Add some water, stir the onions around, but keep them close together. Put the cover back on for another 10 to 15 minutes. I know this is taking a long time, but trust me, it is totally worth it when you taste these onions. You're gonna repeat the process one last time. And after that, you are done. Take them off the heat, put them on a plate, and set them aside. The next thing you want to do is set up your sweet potatoes. Peel, dice, and cube your sweet potatoes. Once they're all cut up and cubed, put them on a cookie tray with some olive oil, salt, pepper, mix it all up, and chuck it into the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. Keep an eye on them, but when they're done, they're done. Let's move on. First thing we're gonna do is add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. Make sure your heat is about medium-high, and then we're gonna add in our black beans. Now give your beans a couple of minutes, about 5 minutes just to heat up, and that will be the perfect time to add in our spices. So to this, we're gonna add in about 1 teaspoon of garam masala, salt to your taste, and about 2 teaspoons of Chinese 5-spice. Mix that all up, then just go ahead and throw everything else in, your sweet potatoes, brown rice, and green onions. For a little added flavor, go ahead and add turmeric, curry powder, black pepper, and just a dash of nutmeg. Make sure everything is fully incorporated, and then you're gonna add in about a cup of vegetable broth. You're gonna turn the heat down so it's like simmering for a couple of minutes, cover it, let it do that. While it's doing its thing, we are going to go and cut the red bell peppers. All right, so that mixer only takes a couple of minutes. I've got 3 here. So essentially I have 6 because they're gonna get cut in half and filled, stuck into the oven. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm not going to use the whole stem. That's done, and try to find a place that looks kind of like the middle. Beauty. And then you're going to, obviously, like a pumpkin, hollow them out. Could have done a little better with that one. Whatever, it's done now. Oh, that's not a good one. 3rd time's a charm. All right, my bell peppers are ready to go. They're all cleaned out, no seeds left. The oven is preheating at 350 degrees. Let's get to stuffing. And there we go. Like I said, these are gonna go into the oven at 350 degrees. They're gonna go in for about 30 minutes, but keep an eye on them. And yeah, then we'll come back because there's still more that you need to do for this amazing dinner tonight. I wanted to have something to go along with the bell peppers, and rice didn't seem appropriate. I've decided to go with cauliflower rice. We're gonna fry it up a little bit with some curry and some sesame oil. It's gonna be beautiful. Now, if you've never made cauliflower rice before, it's super simple. There's a couple of ways that you can do it. One way, which is the fastest way, is in your food processor. That works perfectly, and it's whipped up in just a couple of seconds, really. Other way that you can do it is on a grater, like a cheese grater. So it takes more time. You're gonna cut off the stems, the really thick parts of the stems. All right, let's add these in here. Cauliflower rice. The first thing you want to do for your blood orange and kale salad is to wash, destem, and chop your kale. Pour over 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a little salt, and a little black pepper. Here's the fun part, now you get to massage your kale. Cover and place in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. When you're ready to prepare the salad, cut 1 apple into thin slices. Peel and slice 2 blood oranges. Add the pomegranate seeds of 1 pomegranate and a handful of slivered almonds. It is so beautiful. The color is so beautiful. Anyway, I've got the blood orange, the apples, the pomegranates, and the slivered almonds. Let's move on to the dressing. First things first, you're gonna add in about half a cup of olive oil, 85 milliliters, the juice of half a lemon. I think I just destroyed the lemon. What is going on? The juice of half of an orange, 2 tablespoons of honey, and finally the zest of 1 orange. Let's mix that up. I'm just gonna put it through a sieve so I can get rid of the seeds. So you've been working hard on this Valentine's Day dinner, making sure everything is wonderful and beautiful, which is why we are making chocolate acai pudding. It's gonna be so good! The first thing you wanna do is to chop up your chocolate bar into a bunch of little pieces and melt them over a bain-marie, which, if you don't know, is basically just a water bath. Once all that's melted, we can move on to this part, which is adding silken tofu to your food processor. Then you're also gonna add in your melted chocolate, maple syrup, cocoa powder, because of course you need that. And then I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of acai pulp. So this came in frozen packs. I just melted one of the packs and yeah, I'm using the pulp from that. Time to combine. Once I plug it in. Why do I always forget to plug it in? There are some stragglers around the sides, so I'm just going to use my spatula to get those in, and get that all incorporated. That looks so good. I forgot to add the salt, so you're just gonna add in a pinch of salt. It'll enhance the chocolate flavor. It's amazing. So normally what you would do now is to take this mixture and add it to 4 ramekins, put it into the fridge. I only have 3 of these very cool glass bowls here, so I'm gonna use 3 bowls. That's what I have. These are gonna go into the fridge for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours. It's probably best to do this in the morning, because then you can get it out of the way and you don't have to think about them. That being said, when you come back, everything will be done. Well, I really hope you guys enjoy this dinner. And if I forgot to mention at the beginning, it is gluten-free. Anybody can give these recipes a go, and I really hope you do, especially that pudding. So good, so good. Thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Day. And for more awesome recipes, click right here or right here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.